everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Bree. Hi if you're new here, or hey if you've been here before. Today I'm going to be talking about the goals that I have in terms of writing for the month of September. So let's just jump into it, shall we? So in August I did pretty much what I anticipated doing, except for the fact that I really thought in August that I was going to be able to edit an entire fantasy book, which included adding several elements back into the book that I didn't include in the first draft in 1 month, and we didn't do that. Especially because my other goals for my co-written book became a priority more so it just kind of got jumbled. But in the month of August, I was able to get through 6 chapters of edits for my solo fantasy book. I was able to do 2 read-throughs for my co-written book, as well as do a very, very, very rough synopsis. And really, I also started to do a little bit more of planning for what some of my writing content videos are going to be in the month of September. But ultimately, really that's all I did, is I did my 2 read-throughs, I made a synopsis, and I started doing more edits on my solo fantasy. So that leads us to September now, where I have a ton of goals and I really feel good about this month. I think they are going to be doable. So let me tell you about those. In the month of September, I plan on continuing my solo edits on the Prophecy Project. This is my fantasy book, which is right now just a standalone book. It might have serious potential, but so far it's not. It's just going to be a standalone, and I am writing, the best way I can describe it is I don't know if I'm going to have it young adult or fantasy. It is kind of in this weird middle ground territory where there's nothing explicitly stating that it's fantasy, adult, or young adult. And the best description I would be able to kind of compare it to would be Naomi Novik's Uprooted or Spinning Silver, and where they have older teen protagonists and can appeal to both adult and young adult fantasy. So my goal is to kind of keep doing with that. I am only on chapter 6, so I do have a long way to go. I have to really tighten up my second act of my story, and I want to make sure that all my pieces are fitting together. So I don't anticipate on completing the edits in the month of September. It would be great if I did. I don't think it's going to happen though, so my intention is going to be in the next 2 months to keep doing edits on that. And then after NaNoWriMo, my goal would be to send that out to my critique partners. So goal number 1, just keep editing my solo project. Goal number 2, and this is all going to happen by the time you're watching this video, some of this has already happened, but goal number 2 is my main focus for the month in the beginning of the month, and that would be to query my project gold with my co-writer. So at the end of August, we were working on our synopsis. So the first week of September, we will be writing out our synopsis, redoing our query letter, and participating in a Twitter contest called Pitch Madness, also hashtag PitMad, which is September 3rd. So again, by the time you're seeing this video, all of that is probably done already, and there might be an upcoming vlog, so stay tuned for that. But that is going to be the main goal, because we want to just make sure that the synopsis and the query letter are solid before we enter the Twitter contest, because if we get any tweets and likes by agents, we want to be able to send it out and have it perfect. And that's very daunting, but we are working on that on the first week of September. And then throughout the rest of September, we're just going to be researching agents and trying to pick some of our tiers, and we're probably going to do it in waves, where we're going to do like maybe 10 agents are our favorites, 10 which is middle tier, and then 10 which is kind of like agents we would like but maybe aren't our dream agents, and we're going to do it in waves from there on out. So that would be the rest of September, is just querying Project Gold. In addition to my 2 novels, I also have a few other small tasks that I want to accomplish. The first one is I have a short story that I wrote maybe 2 years ago at this point, and I did try to submit it in the past. However, right after I submitted it, the company folded, unfortunately. So that short story has just been kind of sitting in limbo, and I recently found another submission process, which is a newer magazine Currently, it is not publication for pay. It's just publication for publication, and I'm fine with that. So I think in the month of September, I am going to try to just go back into that story and edit it and spruce it up because it's been a while since I've looked at it. And by the end of September, because I believe the due date is October 2nd, my goal is to submit that for this magazine. And we'll see how it goes from there. But I'm really excited. That short story is actually an adult contemporary short story, and it's meant to be heartbreaking. So that's what I like to write. And the last goal as far as writing goes for the month of September is going to be starting to prep for NaNoWriMo. So initially for NaNoWriMo, I wanted to do my horror fantasy, and I still do. I definitely want to. I've actually been worrying because I've had 4 prominent ideas that I've been wanting to write this entire year, and I'm kind of fleshing them out in my head more so than really planning them out on pen and paper. So basically what ended up happening is I was going to go into my horror fantasy, and I just kind of wanted something light and fun. I'm a little over doom and gloom right now, even though it's my favorite, but I just think I wanted something, like I wanted a fun project. I want to write something that is fun and for me, and whether or not that sees the light of day, so be it. But with that in mind, my goal is to now write my fantasy satire, which is a twist and kind of a joke on the whole chosen one trope. So that is what I think I'm going to try to tackle now in November. So with that in mind, I know Preptober is a thing, and I do plan on preparing more in October, but I have one specific writing sprint coming up. The link is down below. It's going to be with Zara Hoffman, and our goal is actually going to be pulling tarot cards for writing prompts. And since usually when I'm writing something, I already know where I'm going, so writing prompts don't help me. But what I thought would actually be fun is going to take the character that I am going to be writing about for my satire, because I don't know her very well yet, and I am going to use the tarot prompts to actually do just some like writing sprints and fun writing, like free writing, to get to know that character. So that's something that I'm actually really excited to do this month, and just kind of get introduced to some new characters and just new ideas that I haven't played around with ever in the past. So that's definitely something that I'm going to be looking forward to. And in addition, speaking of writing sprints, I have a lot of writing sprints coming up this month. I'm really excited. I'm hosting quite a few of them. I'm also going to be with other people and other friends on their channels. So Autumn Ashley, Hudson McCarthy, and also Zara Hoffman. We're all going to be sharing sprints at some point. All of the links, I think except for one, are currently down below. So if you're interested, come join us for some sprints. And whether that means you're writing, editing, reading, being productive in other ways, you should totally do that. But really, that's most of my goals for the month of September. I think I'm setting myself up for victory because I'm not going crazy. Last month, I think that's kind of what happened, as I anticipated doing so much more work than I did. And I ended up, like, deadlines kept getting switched around, and we had complications just in life in general. So things got pushed to the back burner, and it became a rush in the end. So I think I have myself spread out enough this month that I'm actually going to be able to obtain the goals I'm setting up to do. But that's really it. I don't really have much more to say. It's just a quick update, and I'm really feeling good. I just think the rest of the year so far, knock on wood, but I think it's going to be a productive writing year for me, and I'm really excited to see where it takes me. So let me know down below, what are your September plans? If you've made a video like this for writing for the month of September, please let me know down below. Link it, or just tell me you did it and I will totally go check it out. Otherwise, if you did, just let me know down below what are some things that you hope to tackle, and I hope to see you guys in some of my upcoming writing sprints. And otherwise, until next time, I'll see you then. Bye.